Hi there everyone, welcome, I'm Kelly. I got this little cross stitch project finished. I'm going to make it into a wall hanging. The purple marks right there are where I want to have the design finish up. Eventually that will be a sew line because I'm going to put fabric around it, but those marks are there just so I can cut all the extra off. That mark is 1/2 inch away from the edge. This is 14 count, so I counted over 7 stitches and that's 1/2 inch. I'm going to put interfacing on the back of the project. This is the sticky side that you use to iron on. I measured my marked out area and it's about 3.5 by 5.25, so I'm going to cut the piece of interfacing that size. I held up my project and the piece of interfacing up against the window, so now it's kind of in the right spot. This isn't super dire, but I was as close as I could get it, and I've got the gluey side down, so I'm just going to give it a quick light press and stick it on there. I'm going to make this wall hanging relatively simply. I think it's called the envelope method or pillow method or something like that. I marked my sewing lines around on the back of the project, so I know how big to make it. That's where I'm going to leave the opening. That marks the middle of the top. I found the middle on the chart and just stuck a pin through, and then I put a mark there. I'm going to use this star fabric as the backing and a piece of yellow ribbon. The red mark I put on the back was a little too hard to see from the front. I could kind of see it, but you guys wouldn't be able to, so I just made another red mark on the front. And I'm going to line up my ribbon as close as possible right on there so that it's in the middle. And kind of tuck all this bit in here so it doesn't get sewn into the piece. And then we put the fabric right side down over top and hope it holds together. This is the tricky part. Sometimes I've used glue before, just a little daub, which I think I might have to do. So let me just pause this and I'll glue it and hold it down. I put a few pins in, ready to sew. Start from here, all the way around, back to there, back stitch both areas, trim it all so you don't have a lot of bulk, turn it through. I'm going to do the top stitch with this kind of goldeny yellow thread because it is relatively the same color as the yellows in the star. I thought that would look cute. There we go, all done. I'm on my phone right now, just so I can get closer. You can actually see the yellow stitches. Oops, I got to trim off that tiny little thread there. And it looks pretty good with the yellow ribbon. I think it turned out cute. There's the back with the gold. Oops, and I got a thread. That's okay, we'll pick that off. I think my friend will like it, and because it's not firm or anything, it doesn't really matter if it hangs on the door and gets squished in the door jamb. Whatever, it'll be fine. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it.